right, folks, we're out here with Bane. He's about a 6-month-old Cane Corso, already weighing in around 70 pounds. He's very big boned. I want you to show you these paws real quick. Look at these things. Huge. So he's going to be 160, 170, maybe even 180 pounds when he's finished growing. Yes, I know that's outside the breed standard. I'm not the breeder. I didn't breed him. But who cares? He's like the Shaquille O'Neal of Cane Corsos. That particular breeder is breeding for size, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about his, what we would call halfway training. He's halfway through our training program. He's not perfect. He's going to make mistakes. And it's in today's lesson, like with every lesson, we go through his repertoire and find out what he's doing good with and what he needs help with. So tomorrow will be his official halfway training with the owners. When we do our puppy board and train programs, halfway through the training, we bring the owners here and show them everything their puppy has learned up to this point. We teach them hand commands, voice commands, and most importantly, leash pressure commands. And again, for us, we're also finding out what are the issues still present, meaning he's not allowed to jump, but it's very likely when he sees his owners, who he hasn't seen in a few weeks, he may jump on them, he may paw them, and that's where we basically find those little demons that are hiding under the surface, those little gophers that have been hiding under the underground that are still there. So we think he's done jumping until the owners come, then his motor gets really high, and the little goofy stuff he used to do might still be present, and so we take that opportunity to either correct it and or make note of it and find out what still needs to be worked on. So without further ado, let's walk him through his repertoire and see what's doing wonderful and what needs help. So let's free him off of there. Let's work place board a little bit. Place. Oh boy. You'll also notice I'm feeding from 3 different food pouches. That's because we have puppy kibble, adult kibble, and hot dog should we need them. And the reason we do that is A, he needs all this food per meal to keep the size up. But there's his puppy kibble. We also use adult kibble because these are good for, check it out, free. It's good for throwing food because if I threw the puppy kibble, he ends up losing track of it. And then of course we have hot dogs, and that's the heavy artillery in case he struggles with something and we need help with it. For instance, he was struggling earlier with downs from a sit. So if he nails this, he gets paid. If he doesn't, we will help him. Down. See how he's struggling with that? So we make a mental note. He needs help. So now we're going to help him, whether with leash pressure, hand command, food lure, maybe a combination of all the above. Down. Pressure. Yes. There we go. So we obviously need to work more of that. We'll make a note and come back to that. Let's see how his stay is doing. Stay. Wait him out a little bit. Good boy. And we could do more with the stays, but obviously it takes up a lot of footage, and it's kind of boring to sit there and watch the dog not move. Hey, if you like what you see in this video and you want to learn more about how to train your dog or puppy to have a really high level of obedience on and off leash, make sure to check out the link in the description where we have our DIY canine courses where you can learn at your own pace from the comfort of your home and teach your dog or puppy to be as awesome as Mr. Bane. All right, so we're back and he's still in a nice downstay. We're probably looking at about 2 minutes, which is good. It's a nice day out, but he's got that black coat and the sun's beating down, so we're not gonna let him stay too long in the sun. So let's go ahead and test that stay just a little bit more because we got the distance. Obviously, we can go further and further. We got the duration, but do we have the distraction? So a distraction could be throwing food. Very tempting. We'll throw it a little closer. But if he stays, I'll bring that food to him for staying. Again, he is hooked up to a 6-foot leash. He is on an e-collar. Try to let you know if and when we use that. The latter part of the training is where we really overlay a lot more e-collar pressure, but the prerequisite is hand commands, voice commands, and leash pressure commands. And then once the command is solid, then we can put e-collar on top of that. So he's doing pretty good on the stay. Let's see how he does on the walk. Good job, buddy. Look at him sneaking those. Look at that sneak. He's so tall. Okay, pick up this piece that he dropped, and let's go for the walk. I think we have. Perfect. Someone coming on a bike. An electric bike kind of freaked him out a little bit. Free. He could do some more help with his socialization and his environmentals. A bike shouldn't freak him out like that, but I think it spooked him that it came out of nowhere. let's see how his walk's doing. So I'm now going to officially tell him to heel. Good. Prior to that, he's technically allowed to be loose because I didn't give him a command to stay next to me. But now, again, we're testing to see where he's at. If he does good, we pay him. If he messes up, though, take an itch break is fine. But if he messes up, we can overlay corrections as needed. So he's going to mess this up. I'm going to stop. He's going to miss it. He's going to get a correction. Good. No payment for that because it was not clean. But I think he's smelling the young lady that was on a bike and he's very interested, but he needs to be next to me. He needs to be paying attention to me so that if I stop, he stops, yes, and sits next to me. You get a nice piece of food for that because I'm very happy with that. Let's push this way. Heel. I could get more engagement from him on the walk, that's for sure. It's decent, but we could get a little closer, more of an attention heel. Again, I'm holding the leash, but it's only there should I need it for a correction on the stops. Let's try another stop, no leash. I'm feeling good with it. And I can actually use food to cheat him into a pretty, yes, just kicked out a little bit, heel. This time we'll do it with no food. And for that we come this way, no payment for that. Yes, he gets payment for that. So not bad, but again, we could use a little, he could and should be a little tighter on the walk, that's for sure. Especially when we go off leash, but not horrible considering where we started. Now that we're off the place board, let's do, first we'll do some leash pressure. I'm going to kind of conceal his eyes because I want the pressure to speak for itself, but I'm going to give him the slightest bit of downward pressure on the leash. Oh baby, so butter soft. I want him to maintain that though, right? He shouldn't just drop out of it, so we'll do that again. Again, it's super light. Even though I'm using my foot on a scale of 1 to 10, that's about a half or a 1. Good boy. Now, So again, we make a note. He needs more duration in the down. The floor shouldn't be that hot. It's not a black top. It's not hot at all. So we always have to keep that in mind. He's just ready and happy. He knows the food's up here. We'll do another leash pressure down. And this is typical. We don't ask for a lot of duration until we get a little later in the game. We actually want him in the beginning stages to break that down position because the more he breaks it, the more reps I can do, yes, in the down. But now we're a little later in the game. He needs to maintain it a little more. Good. Now, this is going to be tricky for him. Down. Good. What we're going to do is, and I know he won't do good at this. Nope. Down. And these corrections will become more and more consistent and more pressure because we need much more duration out of a down like this. And what I was starting to say is it's always tricky to put a dog in a down stay and then walk around them. I don't expect him to nail this. If he does, that's great. If he does, we'll pay him. Walking around a dog usually gets the dog to break position, but we want him to have some stability in that position. Good boy. And we'll pay him for staying. In fact, we'll get him a hot dog on the next rep. Drop the line. Stay. Walk all the way around him. If he does well, I will bring him what we call room service. We'll bring the food to him to let him know that staying in that position pays the big bucks. Good boy. There we go. All right, enough of the stays. They're a little boring. Let's work a little bit of leash pressure and see how he does. So let's see. Let's walk this way just a little bit, switch up locations. Let's head on down this way. We'll do a different pace. I'll walk fast. Good boy. Nice engagement. This is that kind of prequel to off-leash healing. Like we got a leash on, but we're hands-free. And right now I'm just using some food, my enthusiasm, my energy, my movements, yes, to pay him. So here's a little different position. Let's see how he does on the right turn. Not bad. And the left turn. Yes, very nice. I'm happy with that. By no means is it competition style, but he's not a competition dog, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now let's just do straight leash pressure and see how he does. Very light. Let's see how he does with the sit from and down. Oh my Lord, that is so soft. Nice. At that stage of the game, it's almost like a hand command. Yes, good job. Let's try a stay from a sit position. Stay. It's a different picture, different location. Good job, buddy. Now, when I'm interested, we don't do a lot of hand commands from distance. We try to stack that on at the end. But let's just test it from about 4 feet away. We're probably right on the edge of if he'll do it. I'll give him both the verbal and the hand command and see if he'll do it. Down. Yes. It's a little averse to that. His downs have been pretty rough, so we've had to layer a little bit of compulsion on top of that. As you can tell, that's why he's a little stressed, a little flat. Which is fine with me. A big boy like this, I'll take him flat as I can get him. Good job, buddy. All right. Let's see if we can get him to go to the place board from a little bit of distance. Okay. So we touch his nose, say okay. It's kind of like releasing the parking brake. And let's go ahead and hook him completely off leash. He knows he's off leash. You see him free up a little bit. All right, now we're fully off leash. And let's see how he does with no leash attached. So we'll do some, nice buddy. Do some stops, some turns, some different paces. Heel. We'll go up into this intersection and we got some more room and we'll maybe do like a circle or something. Pick up the pace, we'll pass you. And then we'll go real slow. And we're also trying to proof him off this hand that, yes, this is the hand that typically feeds him from heel position. Yes. But don't always pay attention to that hand. In fact, pay attention to me. Look me in the eyes. Yes, just like that. And that payment can come from the left or right hand. So we got the e-collar here. We're not using it as of yet. Let's do a couple more circles. Try to pay attention to him looking at me in the eyes. That's the biggest thing we've been working on him in the last day or two. So from here, we're not moving. Yes. And I will pay him from my eyes for that. In fact, you can see how excited he gets when I say his favorite word. Let's cheat this way. He's looking at me. Yes. Very nice. All right, now I want him to look at me while we're on the walk, while we are healing. You'll see moments where he's doing that and moments where he's not. It's the moments that he's doing it that we'll capitalize on. Heel. Yes. Payment again from the eyes when he does that, and we'll try to walk right towards the camera, slow-mo. Yes, I think the sun's hitting him right in the eyes. When he looks up, the sun's right there, but you get the idea. And that's how we get a little bit more of that attention heel. All right, thank you all very much for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe if you want to see some more adventures in dog training with Mr. Bain and all sorts of other dogs that we have. Make sure to check out the link in the description below for more of our DIY canine training courses. And also, if you want us to train your dog or puppy, make sure to check out our website and you can find out a little bit more about our programs and rates. See you all on the next video.